I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no hoe. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no killer, but don't push me, fingers itching on that pole.
What's good? It's your boy K-Flex, and I'm back here with another video. And this video is how the Dolphins still can make the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying the Dolphins will make the playoffs. I'm just saying they still can make the playoffs. So you can win the lottery, okay? You probably won't. But like I said, there's a chance, okay? Now, thing is, it's not me not believing in the Dolphins. Why I'm saying we probably won't make the playoffs. I don't believe in every other team that the Dolphins need to lose and win. I don't believe in all of them, okay? And I think you probably be a fool to believe in all of them, okay? But you can have hope. But, you know, let's just get into the teams that we need to win and lose. Real quick, shout out to people who like this video before they even heard the sentence. Also, shout out to Barry Jackson, because he the one who wrote this article on what teams need to win and what teams need to lose. He wrote the article on the scenarios because I wasn't finna do the research on it because honestly I was so mad after we lost to the Vikings. I didn't even care no more. I just knew it was a long shot at that point. But let's get into it. Real quick, all of these scenarios are based off the Dolphins winning their last two games. Put it that way, okay? So the Dolphins must win their last two games. If they lose even one of them, none of these scenarios work. Okay, the Dolphins must win their last two games, and then this stuff must happen. Number one, the Patriots must lose their last two games, and the Dolphins must win their last two games. Now, this is the best case scenario. The best case scenario because we would literally win the division and be at home. However, the Patriots are playing the Bills and the Jets at Foxborough. So this is one of the most unlikely situations, okay? It could happen. It's just very, very unlikely to happen, you know what I'm saying? But that's the best case scenario. If that was to happen, I don't know what I would do. I would go crazy. The Dolphins would literally host a playoff game. But again, it's not that I don't believe in the Dolphins winning the last two against the Jags and the Bills. It's just that are the Bills and the Jets going to beat the Patriots at Foxborough? Let's just keep it real, okay?
I hope so.
Okay. But like I said, I'm not putting my money on. I'm not gonna hold my breath on them games. But anyways, that is the number one scenario. Number two scenario: the Miami Dolphins will get the wild card spot if they beat the Jaguars and the Buffalo. The Chargers have to beat the Ravens. Washington has to beat Tennessee, and then in Week 17, Tennessee has to beat the Colts. Now, in this situation, this is like the most realistic one. Okay, that one is not too much that we need to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? The only really upset we need would be Washington would have to beat the Titans in Tennessee. And that game's on Saturday at 4:30. So we'll know on Saturday just how much less of a chance we have or more of a chance we have on Saturday before we even play on Sunday. But if somehow the Washington pulls off that with Josh Jackson, if they had Alex Smith, I might say they would because their defense is good. But you look at Josh Jackson at quarterback, you look at the way Derrick Henry playing, but you know, who knows what's gonna happen? Or what's his name? Josh Johnson. And yeah, they got Derrick Henry playing amazing. You know, who knows what's gonna happen? But if that were to happen, the Dolphins would make the playoffs if they won out. Now, scenario number three: the Dolphins will win a wild card if the Colts, the Titans, and the Ravens all lose this week, and then the Ravens and the Colts win next week. In that situation, the Dolphins will have like it would be a 3-team tie with the Ravens. Any tie involving the Ravens will win, okay? Put it that way. So in all of these scenarios, you're gonna notice that we want the Ravens and us to finish with the same record if it's a tiebreaker situation, because the Ravens and any tiebreaker with the Ravens will win. So scenario number four: the Dolphins have to win their last two. The Colts and the Titans and the Ravens lose next week, and then the Ravens and the Titans win in Week 17. Now, this is just a flip in the situation. This is the same as scenario number three, but in this scenario, the Titans won this instead of the Colts. In those two scenarios, in scenario three and scenario four, the key thing is that the Baltimore Ravens are winning. So because when the Baltimore Ravens win, but they can only win once because we have to have the tiebreaker with them, right? So they can't win Week 16. But if they win 17 and we win both our weeks and we both finish 9-7, then we will win that tiebreaker. So those are the keys in that scenario 4 and that scenario 3. We have to be tied with Baltimore, you know, at 9-7. The last scenario: the Dolphins have to win their last two. Baltimore loses to the Chargers, but then beats the Browns. The Colts will lose to the Giants. Titans beat Washington, and then the Colts beat the Titans in Week 17. In that situation, we would win another tiebreaker because the Ravens would be 9-7, we would be 9-7, the Colts would be 9-7, and the Titans would be 9-7. So put it that way. That is the only ways. If any team obviously gets to 10 wins, we won't make the playoffs. But if every team ends up finishing 9-7, as long as we're in the tiebreaker with the Ravens. Now, like I said, y'all can pause the video. I know it's a lot of scenarios, maybe a lot to. I try to make it a little easy with the pictures, but the way I'm looking at it, guys, it probably won't happen. Let's keep it by the numbers, but it could happen. Okay, I'm still gonna be hoping it happens. Trust me. And I think the biggest game of this week is definitely gonna be Washington at Tennessee. I think we need Washington to really overcome that. Also, I'm gonna say the Clippers. The Chargers, Baltimore is playing in San Diego, so they might lose that game. They could very much lose that game, even though San Diego is coming off a little of emotional win. That comeback versus the Chiefs. You know what they say, once people come off an emotional win, you don't bet on them next week. They was on like a 9-game losing streak to the Chiefs. For them to get that win, that is kind of emotional for them. So who knows? But you know, they clinched the playoffs. They couldn't get complacent, but they have enough talent on that team to definitely beat the Baltimore Ravens. And the Chargers are still playing for something because they can still win that division. So hopefully they will beat the Ravens. And when they beat the Ravens, then the Ravens can only get 9 wins. So then we would have to worry about the rest of the teams, the Tennessee Titans. Okay. At the end of the day, those are the 3 games that we have to worry about. Okay. So New York Giants, I don't. Please, can y'all win this game? I don't know, against the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, it's reasonable. The Colts are one of the hottest teams in the world. Washington has a great defense, but Josh Jackson, Josh Johnson, how much can I believe in him? But, you know, and then the Chargers, they probably could get a win. But those are the 3 games that we really got to be paying attention to other than the Dolphins game. But like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath on any of this. I'm just giving y'all the facts. Let me know what you guys think. What's y'all favorite scenario out of all these? Mine is obviously the Patriots lose their last 2, but that's probably not gonna happen. The second scenario, number 2, was the most realistic one to happen if anything were to happen. And then the rest of them, you know, we just gonna have to see what happens. Like I said, I'm sure crazier things have happened, or have they? I'm not quite sure. Even if the Dolphins don't make the playoffs, I'm still watching the games. You know what I'm saying? Off the simple fact, even if, say, the Dolphins get eliminated this week, I'm still gonna be watching the games. Because I'm trying to figure out things of, you know, about the future, okay? You look at Minkah and all that, and the thing is, T.J. McDonald is hurt. So T.J. McDonald probably won't play. He didn't even practice today, or he might have practiced limited. He didn't practice fully today. And so that means we might have Minkah Fitzpatrick at safety with Rashad Jones. That's a combination that I don't think we've even seen this year. Because when Rashad Jones got hurt, Minkah took over at safety, but that was Minkah and T.J. McDonald. I want to see this Rashad Jones, Minkah Fitzpatrick. I want to see, obviously, they're going to be going up against Cody Kessler, so it's not like you can tell everything. But I want to see this combination, how they work. It might be the only game we get to see them work like this because who knows what's going to happen with Rashad this offseason. Also, Kalen Ballage, I'm trying to see him run some more. I'm trying to see this O-line go up against, you know, the Jags D-line, which is one of the best D-lines in the league, okay? Trying to see Laramie Tunsil. All this potential that we have, y'all, I'm just trying to see exactly what we got going on. You know, Bryce Butler, everything. I just be like to see people individual performances. I want to see xavien Howard if he plays and see what he could do. Obviously Jerome Baker, Raekwon McMillan, because I do feel like our linebackers are improving. I want to see more of them. So it's always something to watch, you know. And then we just signed another defensive tackle, Kendrick Norton. So I don't know if he'll get in the game, but you know, it's always some shit to watch. You know what I'm saying? You can always check out something, even if you're not directly watching for us to win. You can always find a reason to watch. Nonetheless, the Dolphins still technically are playing for something. Literally last week, everything went wrong. Everything that could have went wrong for the Miami Dolphins. It was crazy. And that was just unfortunate, but it is what it is. To sum this up, you know, to put this in an easy way, you know, at the end, put it this way. It would be nice if the Ravens, the Colts, and the Titans all lost. The only team out there that's most likely to lose, is the Ravens, okay? Because they're playing the Chargers. The Titans against the Washington, they're probably going to win. And the Colts, they're probably going to win too. The Ravens are most likely going to lose, so that's good for us. Now, when you look at the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans, we need one of them to lose this week. Whichever one loses this week, I don't know which one. We need the Ravens to lose, obviously, against the Chargers. And one of them, the Tennessee Titans or the Indianapolis Colts, have to lose. It would be nice if both of them lost, but one of them have to lose. And then whichever one of those teams lose this week, you know they play each other next week. Whichever one of them lose this week, we need them to win next week. You feel me? Whichever one of them lose this week, we need them to win next week. And then we need the Ravens to beat the Browns, which shouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, get in the comment section. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. What is up, K? What's your brother K flexing? I'm out.
I remember